How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Roar. We're here with Ellie Minibot again. You guys have been suggesting, a few different specific songs from her, and I've loved every single one of them. And this one is called Together. It says piano afterwards. I assume this is going to be piano driven. I don't know if that implies there's a different version that she's done that is, with other instruments, and this is just a laid back instrumental one, but I'm all about it already. I love how we're having a continued visual motif here of her, like the lower.
Come with me, we're going out. Tie up your laces, tell me all about the month it's been. The best cure for feeling
Sorry.
lost is
Hold on.
getting lost together somewhere we
Are we
can
okay?
just
Let's see. Okay.
exist. You
Sorry.
just tell me
I completely unclipped my microphone, and then my headphones were only coming out one ear. We're gonna do this though. We're gonna do it.
Come with me, we're going out. Tie up your laces, tell me all about the month it's been.
Okay.
The best cure for feeling lost is getting lost together somewhere we can just exist. You
So I love that pronunciation. I can't pronounce anything. She does good pronunciation. The month it's been to just exist. I like how that also was the end of the rhyme scheme. So, and then we had those inner rhyme schemes. We're going out tonight. Tie up your laces. Tell me about what kind of month it's been. And then there was an inner rhyme scheme on the next line, and then we finish that rhyming at the end with month it's been to just exist. I like that.
losing sight.
Also, I think, in a lot of ways, if you're with somebody and you just need to kind of decompress from the month, just being with the person and just existing outside of that stressful space is really, really helpful.
Somewhere we can just exist. You're losing sight of yourself, but I never do. Can't
Good.
see it now, but you have always been you. The
Aw.
inside of your mind is my favorite view. Even when it
Damn it! I thought I'd hold it together right there. I was like, oh, well, that's very sweet. Who you are. I always see it. Inside your mind is my favorite view. For a lot of us who struggle with feeling okay with things like how we process differently, ADHD, autism, that kind of thing, we hate the inside of our mind, or at least I do. I truly hate this. It doesn't do what I want. It's not the way that I see other people operate outside. I wish I was more like them. Always. Every single day. I hate being stuck up here. I hate leaving a conversation feeling like I did really well, and then I realize all the social blunders that I made. I hate that. Especially the fact that I'm not aware of it until after the fact. Sorry. This is about Ellie. Let's dial back. Let's get her song going.
You have always been you. The inside of your mind is my favorite view. Even when it rains, regardless of the weather, if you lose sight of who you are, we'll go find out together. If you lose sight of who you are, we'll go find out.
I like that re-emphasizing and then leaving out the together, because it's implied, right? That sometimes stylistically you can let something hang to let the audience put the words there. That's also such a valuable, very emotionally healthy way of helping someone, because we are going to get stressed. We are going to get caught up in all sorts of things. and then you can definitely lose yourself in the mix. And arguing, or not arguing, but articulating with this person that, hey, if you lose yourself, let's go find it together. That's such an emotionally mature statement. I just got out of a relationship where that was more than what the other person was willing to do. It was like, if you can't figure this thing out, I'm not going to come alongside you and help you figure it out. You need to have this already figured out, which, is just not possible a lot of the time. It's not how reality works. We struggle. We go through things. We need another person sometimes to kind of ride us on course. And being able to have that emotional maturity of like, I'm going to come alongside you and help you figure that out because I care about you. Beautiful. Beautiful. God, we're only like a third of the way through this. Okay. Really letting that instrumentation go. Very, very nice. Lets you think.
Call me late, left my ringer on. I've got no plans tomorrow, we can talk all night.
Oh.
Send you pictures from the summer. No, it doesn't seem that long ago the world was bright. You're losing sight of yourself, but I never do. Can't see it now, but you have always been you. The inside of your mind is my favorite view. Even when it rains, regardless of the weather, if you lose sight of who you are, we'll go find out together. If you lose sight of who you are, we'll go find out.
I just want to articulate on that last verse, being able to look ahead and be like, okay, well, tomorrow I don't have any plans, so I can sleep in, So if you, I liked how it said I called you and I left my ringer on. I don't have any plans tomorrow, so we can talk tonight. I feel like that implies it's not like, hey, let's plan for tomorrow. Let's do something tomorrow. I don't have any plans. Let's hang out tomorrow. By saying we can talk all night right now, that's implying that she's aware that this other person needs to talk. And we need to send you some pictures, talking about, that summer when things were great, right? Remember that? That's kind of a grounding space with a lot of memories, being able to look back on something and then kind of formulate your viewpoint on the current, on what's happening currently based on, what had happened before. At least that happens to me sometimes with memory points. When I'm kind of swirling in my head, I'll look back on something concrete that was very good and go, okay, so things have been good at this point. What was the point where, it kind of felt like everything's falling apart, right? When you get in those states. So for her to be already thinking in her head, okay, well, I don't have any plans tomorrow, so I can sleep in. I'm not going to put this on the back burner or make us wait until tomorrow if you need to talk right now. Gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. I think that is such an emotionally mature statement. Again, and then knowing what that person needs to kind of reset. I'll send you pictures. I'll do what I have to do in order to help you. That's so beautiful. I love that stuff. Type praying in the comments. we got the next verse. I'm sorry.
And you don't owe me happiness, and you don't owe me anything. I'm here for all the ways you've changed and everyone you've ever been. So come with me, we're going out. Tie up your laces, tell me how.
So that ties into the first verse, but it gives more context because she's going one step further than what she did in the second verse. she's realizing, okay, my friend is starting to spiral. Come with me, we're going out. And that was that was after giving those verbal affirmations of, you don't owe me anything. I love you for who you are. By the way, we're going out. We're going to go out. We're going to reset. I had a buddy of mine do that for me when I got fired from my last job, which was, in my mind, the end of my career at that point, in that career field, when I worked in early intervention with special needs kids. I've never worked in that field again after I was fired from that job. I just didn't want to do it anymore. I realized how burnt out I was, which was what got me to be fired, right? I didn't tell my folks about that for like 2 weeks because I realized how much I built up in my head that I was only valuable because I was in that field. And because I got fired, then that meant I was worthless. And I literally texted my friend as soon as I got fired, and I said, I got fired. I'm going to go look for another job, over here or whatever. And he goes, okay, we're going to go hang out. I'll pay. And that was super helpful. Like, it felt very nonchalant in the moment, but looking back, it was like, that was huge. That was huge. So I love that. I can only hope that this was something that Ellie does all the time. That's my headcanon. She's this kind of person. She's always looking out for her friends. Yeah.
So come with me, we're going out. Tie up your laces, tell me how. Tell me how you're losing sight of yourself, but I never do. Can't see it now, but you have always been you. The inside of your mind is my favorite view. You're losing sight of yourself, but I never do. Even when it rains, regardless of the weather, if you lose sight of who you are, we'll go find out together. If you lose sight of who you are, we'll go find out.
That was a good song. That was a really good song. I could ramble on and on about it. I'm not going to do that to you guys. Just please go support Ellie in the comments. Yeah, that's all I got to say about that. If you enjoyed this, like and subscribe. But please go check out Ellie as well. I'd rather have you like and subscribe to her and support her music stuff. I don't know if she's ever come out with an album. I've just been looking at singles, and they've all been very diverse. And I was watching a stream of hers once where she was talking about, I guess her fans were already super interested in different projects that she had started and then, put aside. But then she was talking about all these other songs that she was working with other people. So I don't know, maybe her goal isn't to put out an album or a cohesive project. It's more just, hey, if I have an idea for this single, I'll put it out. If I have an idea for this, I'll drop it, or whatever, which is really cool. I'm normally not like that when I make music. I like cohesive projects, but that's, yeah. Anyway, it was very cool. Love her music, and I hope you guys do too. See you next time.